Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and you all are in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister, Denise Renee Muhammad, along with my brother, Sean Ali, and we are coming on for another episode of the Health and Wellness Power Hour. So, as you all come in, you know what to do. Share the video. Share the video. Sharing is caring. And our topic today is being healthy and happy in 2025. So that's what we're going to get into. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Sean. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam. And all is well. How about yourself?
All is well. All is well.
Mm.
I'm alive, breathing.
Mm.
And yeah,
Yeah,
we're here, present.
that's a good. Yeah, it's a good
Yes, sir.
combination.
Right. The best combination.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice topic. What you think about that?
That's a good, very good topic. You know, being healthy is really our natural state of being. Being healthy and happy is really our natural state of being. And I just think about children and how when children are innocent and before life starts lifing, they're just naturally happy, exploring. And that's, how we should really be throughout our lives is what I think about that.
Mm. Yeah, that is true. That's a good observation right there. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah. I can see that. Go ahead though.
Yeah, just, getting out of our own way is that's what hinders it. And really we get in our own way. We have our foot in our own way. The things that we get ourselves into because life is all about the choices, the sum total, as the
Mm,
minister says, it's the sum total of our choices. So just
mm,
being able to love ourselves, number one, so that we make better choices to not do things that cause us to be unwell or unhealthy.
mm,
What do you think about that? What are your thoughts?
mm. That
Oh,
sounds good as well. Yeah.
yes,
Which
Sister
person?
Cassandra's here today.
Assalamu
Peace and
alaikum.
blessings, sis. Assalamu
Mm.
alaikum.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great topic, because there's no right or wrongs. Everybody's going to find their level within themselves, according to themselves, because it's just that when we have this conversation with Black people versus other races understand that life and death is up to the individual.
Right.
We Black Americans especially raised under the falsehoods of slavery, where our life and death was up to the European, and we thought
Mm,
the European was God. So our life and death is up to God, and the concept of God was removed from us. So now it's the God, and there's nothing in between. But the God is telling us that you are all God. Yeah. So it's like, but when we have these conversations on these important topics, our perception and perspective is sometimes skewed to the mystery God and unreality, because we will do things that we know is not good and think that God can fix that,
mm,
or it's
right.
up to God, or some any type of bull crap. And that's just not how life or health works. Your doctor don't tell you these things, and we go to the doctor.
Right.
Somebody doesn't feel sick. Well, they go to the doctor, not their priest.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So But
Yes, sir.
you know, so we can believe that God put the doctor there for us, but the doctor is going to give you some medication that you either is harmful, you don't need. It's going to give you a surgical procedure that's harmful, you don't need. They're not going. There's no healing at that from there. So that's not God, and the doctor isn't practicing that God put me here for you. They have a God. They have one of the ethical or bedside manner personas is the priestly model or the God concept, where the doctor can think that they are God because of the position that they are in. But
Right.
there's, I'm saying that to say, because we really have to get a grasp on the reality of what health and wellness and happiness and all of this good stuff really is. It's like it's up to you. As you was like, it's up to you.
Right.
If you don't move, it doesn't move. So we don't open the door and unlock all of that potential
Mm.
without the right perspective. That's the key to opening the door, to unlocking the door. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yes.
in our ability to open it, now we got a room full of life. Like you got a room full of lifespan, you got a room full of happiness, you got a room full of all of the good parts of life, but
Right.
it's here. You know what I mean? And if
Yes.
we don't look at it under a certain, it's like you won't get it. And that's where we're at. And it makes it makes some of these sometimes, because it doesn't make for good exchanges with us all the time, because
Mm.
we interject God, which is good, but God is saying, I ain't got nothing to do with you eating that.
Right. I told you what to eat and what not to eat.
Yeah,
That's where free will comes in,
yeah,
people.
yeah,
It's all
yeah,
about, as I was saying, all about choices.
yes. That's where it's at. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
I
the
mean,
black man learns from experimentation. So a lot of times we
mhm,
want to
mhm.
experiment.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, like I said, there's no right or wrong.
Right.
There's no one path to, because it's all individual endeavors, which is,
Mhm.
and I'm great with that, but it's like there's also, life isn't hard. I mean, I don't know where that concept came at. I'm ready, but whoever is ready to defend that, I'm ready to defend my side that life isn't hard. The choices you make can make your life hard, but
Right.
life is only the earth and the sun, the relationship between the earth and the sun. Every time the earth rotates, you got a new day. You got a new day. Would they say how many hours everybody has the same?
Right.
8,000 something. They give us that. Well, that's based
Yeah.
on the earth rotating. Is nighttime where I'm at now. When it rotates back into the light, that's a new day. Then they say
Right.
my 24. All right, so that's the basis of life right there. That ain't hard. That God didn't make this. That doesn't even make sense. How? All of the pleasures, all of the things that causes life are fun. Reproduction, that's fun, right? So you get all. It's so much fun it can get a lot of us in trouble
In
through the
trouble.
act of right. You know what I mean? So, but it's
Exceeding the
fun.
limits.
The fuel for our cells is glucose. That's sugar. That's fun. That's the fun. Yeah, like, so we look at the concept of life, and like as I'm saying all this, I'm saying because it's our perception and our perspective of the concept of life that will determine what we get from it. But if I'm coming from it with the perception that life is hard, Well, what will I get from that perception?
Hmm. Sister
You,
Cassandra says, but life is a struggle. The minister said that Allah brought us here to give us a problem. Yes, I actually heard that. Was listening to a clip of that last night. Yes, ma'am.
stop moving right now. Where's the struggle at? You're still alive. You're still breathing. Where's the struggle? Now make a decision to do something. Based on your decision of what you're going to do, your struggle is going to be in that. If you make a decision to go to school to be a doctor, life isn't making that decision hard. It's the hardship in my choice, in my decision of where and how I'm going to move myself. That's why some of us choose easy things versus hard things, because we know and understand that the struggle is in the choice that I make. Because when I'm not making no choice, there is no struggle. Because my life isn't moving. Right? So, and those that have children, some of the parenting concepts is and then just like in school, they push you to choose harder things, to push yourself, to challenge yourself. Look what they say. Okay, that's not life challenging you. The choice that I make will determine the amount of struggle that's going to be in it. The minister teaches that the higher the choice, the more struggle that's attached to it. The easier the choice, because if I'm not moving, my life isn't moving. But when I go to move, who's voluntarily choosing the harder concepts first? There's always duality in life. There's always, if there's a hard, there's always an easy. It might not look easy, but there's duality. You know what I mean? So
right. And she said the struggle is not moving, because the struggle is in not moving, because we are made to move. We just can't sit still. We must move, or nothing in life is still.
Trees are that's not, rocks are still, dirt is still, a lot of stuff is still. I mean, but that's our perception. Your perspective, your perception to a topic is going to determine what you get out of it. Life, the further you go back, you don't see none of this. Just like there was a time when there was no prophets, no messengers, there was none of these concepts that we had, because man hadn't made his fall yet. Pre-fall of man, you don't see none of this. There is none of these words and concepts. After post-fall of man, now we have nobody's perfect. Now we have this and that. We have all of these concepts that we are seeing from the end, from the fallen perspective of man. Because we have just been given the knowledge to raise ourselves back up. Surely I've turned myself, striving to be upright to he who originated the heavens and the earth. So in me striving to be upright, that's where my struggle is at. Because I picked a high form of action. So I'm going to get, probably, for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. That's the law of physics, right? So if I'm not doing nothing, what is the opposite and equal reaction to doing nothing? If I'm doing something, what is the opposite? So now when we look at that potential versus kinetic energy, potential energy is energy at rest. So there's a whole concept of energy at rest, sitting still. Then you have the energy of motion, which is kinetic energy. And from that, you got magnetism, electromagnetism, and all of these other things that we can open the door to once we decide to do something. The higher degree, the more we got in front, we open up. That's why when we go to God and we start studying and going to God, we have the whole universe opens up because we are in contact with the author of the universe. You feel like everything under that is a lower, lesser degree. But I mean, being healthy and happy, those are choices. Just like being unhealthy and unhappy, those are choices because it's your body, it's your life. So you have the choice. You have to eat. You're going to eat. You have the choice to eat and pick whatever you're eating.
Right.
You either going to exercise or you're not. You either going to get sunlight or you're not. You either going to get rest or you're not. You either going to do all of the things that get health or you're not. Which is cool, you know what I mean? But it's not on no external source. It's on the internal because when you make yourself sick, you go to the doctors and it's just you and the doctor. The doctor's asking you, hey, what did you come in here for today? You feel what I'm saying? So this is where the action of me taking charge of my life occurs at. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that there is no set time for us to die, that we kill our. He said the God that he represents taught him that we kill ourselves daily by the means of what we think, our perspective and perception, which leads to what we eat and drink and what we do, right? Which is going for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said one of the things that we didn't have a knowledge of was cause and effect. Right? So when we look at that cause, okay, so if struggle is ordained, and I agree. If all of these, yes, but where does it come in at? Because that struggle is attached to my descent. I mean, that's all praises due to Allah. You know?
Right. And without that struggle, that contrast, we would just, I don't think we would evolve. Once you go through a struggle, you're supposed to learn from it and not, so you'll know how to handle it next time. Or evolve.
But see, that's where we're looking at life from the perspective of fallen people. We don't have that opportunity and that perspective of what did we look like before, because there was no struggle. We didn't have it. That's all of that, especially with the history that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad give us. It wasn't nowhere. It wasn't no war, no turmoil, no anger, no depression. We lived in tribes and villages. Like it wasn't no, oh man, let me get an army of one. It wasn't none of that. My mom and daddy was right here. Your mom and dad, like we didn't go nowhere. We got up and we explored. We got up and we were scientists doing experimentations. It wasn't the jobs that we had was nothing like it is because there was no landlord to pay. There was no rent to pay. There was none property taxes. There was no insurance. All of the bills, light bills, electric bills.
Right.
There was none of that. So these are the things that make the decisions we make hard because you can't live free in this world. That's what we're taught. We come in the world as babies. It's drilled into your head. You can't live free. So you have a self-imposed struggle on you because you got to get money. And all of the money that we are getting got our open enemy's face on. All of the things that we're buying with that money is from him. So we put ourselves in a circle struggle, man, when we struggling to fit in this world instead of saying, okay, if I have to struggle, I'm going to struggle building my own.
That struggle.
Not after I retire, not after I give this world 25, 30, 20 years of my youth. And then I retire from this world and say, okay, with a little bit of time I got left, let me go do something for myself. See, that's not ordained. You like, that's not ordained struggle. That's a decision that I made to keep myself in this in hell, basically. Because when we got How to Eat to Live, the messenger say nearly me and all of my followers right now are already in heaven or the hereafter.
Right.
Are you struggling in the hereafter? What? Hold up. Hold up, man. Hold up. The whole point of the hereafter is what? Here after all of this bullshit. Okay, so eventually we know heaven and hell are conditions of the what? Mind.
Mind.
If my mindset is one of heaven, and I've created heaven and set myself in it at once, what comes with that?
Peace of mind.
You don't get it.
Contentment.
Okay, hold on. Come on, now. Come on, sis. Come on. See what comes with that.
Right. Peace of mind and contentment.
That's healthy body. A healthy body.
Healthy body. Happy.
A happy.
The pursuit of happiness.
How do you make yourself happy? Smile. Right? So, because if you look angry, people gonna ask you what you mad at.
Right. What's wrong?
Yeah, all right. So how do you make yourself happy? You feel what I'm saying? Because if we look at the concepts that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, that, you know, we are the God of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, we tell the body what to do, and it's supposed to do what we tell it to do.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a good, I mean, like, yeah. Hey, look, hold on, listen to me. Look what he says. This is page 128. He says, this is our Savior has arrived. He says, sir. we are making new creatures every day. New creatures. What helps to bring about new creation? When you make a new way of thinking in a person, he is bound to do something new. For he cannot do something other than new, since he has a new mind and new ideas. Now listen, a new mind and new ideas produce a new thing.
That's powerful.
Listen now. So if you need a new you, he said we are producing new creatures. He said we are making new creatures every day. What helps to bring about new creation? When you make a new way of thinking in a person. So on page 52 of How to Eat to Live, he says that Allah taught him that there's no set time for us to die, that we kill ourselves daily by means of what we think. Well, listen now, this is how we either gonna kill ourselves or you gonna make yourself new. Man,
come on. Talk about it.
Listen, you either gonna kill yourself with your thinking, or you are going to make yourself new. That's it. And if you aren't getting new, that means you're killing yourself. I have some programs, now that we know that the concept exists. See, now we have some science that exists that can help you to practice.
Right. Yes, sir.
You feel me? Like,
it's one of them.
That's what I'm trying to tell you now.
Yeah.
How do you stop the wrong thinking process? See, because sometimes we gotta learn how to stop. It's not the first step. Isn't starting the new way of thinking. It's me stopping the old way of thinking.
Well,
Am I still eating the same, drinking the same? Am I still not exercising? Am I still not getting sunlight? Am I still not getting rest? Am I still not doing all of the things that I'm supposed to do to be healthy? See, that's where it starts at. Because if I'm not doing those things, it will be impossible for me to live that long. I could die and somebody could resuscitate me or bring me back, but I'm going to die again
wow.
until I get a do not do the DNR.
Yes.
Okay, all right now, because the person they like, hey man, this shit's painful. Don't keep letting these people bring me back. Let me go. I've heard people say this. Listen, man, I don't want to keep waking up in this hospital. The
Right.
next time I go, let me go.
Yeah, that's a choice.
But
That's
what leads up to that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if
right.
you are born with it,
There, right.
that's what I'm saying.
Those
That's
previous choices.
as you said in the opening.
Yeah.
This what you say the minister said? It was a sum
Life is
total.
the sum total of our choices.
Mhm.
And that's it.
And when you sitting in there, if you ever sat in a jail cell, listen to me now. You thinking of you ain't got nothing but time to go over your life. That the struggle. Listen now, when you want to really understand the struggle is ordained part. Be in a jail cell where you can't move and all you got is your past to go over. You're going to see that it wasn't nobody that did it but you. You're going to see that every decision you made led to whatever it is that got you to where you're at.
Right.
Because you're going to have time to not just look at the good memories, the memory that got you previously there, and then you're going to go all the way back. And the more time you got in this environment and in activity, the more you can go back and look at your life. And when you look
Right.
at it, you ain't going to see devil and God. Because if you've ever done something bad, it wasn't an easy decision. You had to talk yourself into that shit, man. If you've ever stole something, robbed something, shot something, stabbed something, whatever it is that you was ready to do, it was an internal conversation. You might have had to force your body. Your body gets locked up, man. You gotta make your legs and arms move to do some dumb shit. I'm trying to tell you now. Like, this is why a lot of people make mistakes in those actions, because you have to literally force your body into doing something dumb.
Wow.
Because I'm telling you, drop the gun, drop the knife, drop the this. You drop with all kind of dumb mistakes. Your body is getting you in trouble. Listen, your body is rejecting that dumbass idea. It is trying to physically make you not accomplish it. That's you. So I'm saying that this, just like if you decide to be a doctor or a lawyer,
Yes,
and you up late at night struggling to study this exam and turn this final in and this, and yes, you feel it in the moment, but once you push send or turn that paper in, and you get that release of endorphins, that release of serotonin, that release of adrenaline, that release of you like, man, you want to do it again. Right?
yes.
So in that choice, I got the struggle, and in the struggle, I got the reward. So it makes me want to do another high-powered choice, so I can get another high-power reward.
Lord.
Now I'm teaching other people. Yeah, you can make an easy choice, but if you make a harder choice, you're gonna get a bigger reward. See, we spreading that, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's ordained, and you are the God who ordained it. It ain't ordained by some other God. You are the God that ordained it. Just like when the Holy Quran says Allah sets the term, anybody that wants a beautiful explanation, you look up Minister Rahman's Janaza on YouTube. It's not that long, and the minister explains that particular verse out of the Holy Quran. He says, you are the Allah that sets your term by how you live.
Wow. Powerful.
Right? Because God
Yes.
wants you to be successful. I mean, like, it ain't even that he wants you. It's up to you. Like, and nobody, outside of childhood, your life decisions are up to you. Once you either drop out of school or graduate, every other choice is up to you. Nobody is saying, hey, dude, boom, you have to go. You see what I'm saying? So, but that's the beautiful fun part. Like, okay, once I get that perspective and that perception, now when I start making choices, I'm gonna look for the hard, the top, because I know it's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm activating me.
Right.
I'm right.
And that reminds me, Brother Sean, and we're taught that the righteous pick the time that they want to die. And they just start eating 3 meals a day.
Exactly. And he said you probably just like to add like a perception to that. He said you probably won't want to live in the thousands of years because you won't have anything to attract you. So you don't probably at that length of time, you've probably done everything.
Seen everything. It's like, what else is there to see?
I'm all right, y'all. Hey, look, I'm fitting to go. That's why.
Let's eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But that's why death wasn't hard.
Wow.
It wasn't nothing killing us. What was it? Wasn't nothing but us. It wasn't no wars and murders again. It wasn't that. Even when the white man came, he had to teach us his concept of war. We wasn't doing that stuff.
Right.
We died when we were ready to die.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All praise is due to Allah. We have not just that topic, but we have the knowledge base that we can open up our minds, because it's all behavior. It's behavior. It's choices, as you said, the sum of our choices, our behavior, our actions.
Right.
Damn. Everybody knows what it takes to be healthy. It doesn't take money.
Right.
No. It don't take money to eat healthy. It don't take money to live healthy. None of that.
And it's really the simple things, like you were saying earlier. Are you getting sunlight? Are you, going outside? Are you breathing? Just making those simple choices.
And if I'm not doing those things, the only other place I could mimic those type of reactions in my body is through food. So I'm not getting sunlight, vitamin D3 supplements. I'm not exercising, so now I gotta eat all this protein and stuff for energy. That's what they see. That's what they say. I need energy, right? That's what we exercise for, to create energy. We don't eat for energy.
Right.
But if I'm not doing those things, the only other place that I could mimic those type of reactions in my body is through food. So now I'm food dependent because I'm not doing all of these other things.
Right.
That's, and that's, you can live like that, but you can't live long like that. That's the issue. Yes, because people are living like that. But after 10, 20, 30 years, the effects it start to have on the body, it's not, you're not healthier.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Y'all got to keep tuning in. Well, I mean, and like I said, some topics that we have are clear cut, black and white. Some they're wide open. Like this one is a wide, and that we don't mind that though. You know what I mean? Like it is not necessarily our way or the highway. Because we're presenting what we studied as well. I mean, like this, so like this is the things that we research and study, caught our attention that we like to share.
Yes.
And
You can add on, take what
exactly.
Take what you can use or what you believe is good for your life. And if
Exactly.
you don't think it is, then
Right.
Let it go.
Keep tuning in though. But I mean, and sometimes, we just don't have representations of what good dialogue is. Because you turn on most of these podcasts, it's a lot of, loud voices and over talking, and I'm trying to get counterpoints, points, and count. Like sometimes
sensationalism.
But we both can be right. In my book, like, okay, because I don't know what you studied in your perspective. So just that doesn't mean you're wrong. Because if you studied and that's your understanding, then like we all outside of 1 + 1 = 2 in mathematics. Like because we not like Brother Terrence Howard was like, we're not doing that with the 1 × 1 or what he was with the 0 × 1 or whatever he was doing.
1 × 1 is
right. Yeah. But certain things we're just going to like 1 + 1 is 2. We bam. You know what I mean? But other concepts, it's so many different aspects that form somebody's perspective, from culture to how they was raised. All of these, the language that they use, where you're from, all of these things have a play on who and what we are. And I love it. I'm not here to take nothing. Man, I love my people, man. So, and now we gods. So, shit. Yeah, man, we gods. We recognize that we gods over here. Yeah. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it all depends on how a person was brought up, the environment, whatever shapes their perception of what healthy is for them or what happy is. What makes you happy might not make me happy.
and I'm good with that though. Like I've learned to be good with your decisions, that especially your decisions that don't affect me. You know what I mean? Like, because what you eat don't make me poop. So I'm cool with your decisions on what you eat, even if I don't like what you're eating. I don't have to tell you I don't like what you're eating unless you're my children, because then you're going to be eating what I feed. But other than that, like I've learned to be happy with your choice. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I want you to be happy with mine.
Right.
Yeah.
We can agree to disagree. And
hey, man.
Angry and hostile,
I'll see you in 100 years. So yeah, let's schedule it, yeah. I mean, because when you on that depend, like I say, that perspective. Because if you're happy, man, you don't, happiness is when you create that permanent happiness, that learned behavior, that muscle memory. You're good. Just right. Like that person. Because when you study all body behavior is learned, studied behavior. When we're children, we dress up like whatever parent we like, we mimic. We in the car, we see them driving, we in the back in the car seat, we driving like them. We see them on the phone, we got a play phone, we mimic because that's what we do, right? So that's learned behavior, that's muscle memory. I'm teaching myself how to do what I'm seeing. Now, that's how life is. So now, to be healthy, to be happy, that's muscle memory. That's learned behavior. Now I take that, what life is based on, what I was doing as a baby. Now I don't have to mimic other people. I can, just like we go on YouTube, we'll look up exercise videos, yoga videos, and we'll do what we see on the video. Right?
Right.
Online coaching, online. So we can, because we have access to all of these different things that we can mimic. You mean, so we collect that. We form that lifestyle that this is how we get into the change, man. And now we on autopilot. You know what I mean? It's learned behavior. It's muscle memory. So I don't have to think about being healthy anymore. I don't have to think about being happy anymore.
Brother Kente say that's been him, always bitter and hostile.
Yeah. Me too. A couple years ago, you didn't want to know me. Yeah, I was terrible, man. My family didn't want to know. I was not, I wasn't friendly at all. And if I was, it was because I was trying to do something to you. So, yeah, I wasn't a good person, man, but I wanted to be a good person.
Yes, sir. That's a choice.
I'm telling you. I said, I don't want to be that no more. I want to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's good.
That's good. I was looking at a documentary about grounding, and it was this Caucasian. The documentary is called Earthing, and they call him the father of earthing. Like, how could you be the father of earthing? But that's the thing, that like getting outside and just barefoot and putting your feet in the ground and just connecting to the earth. Something that we don't do because of, put your shoes on and don't go outside with your bare feet, when we can bring balance to ourselves just by doing simple things like that, going out and putting your feet in the grass, grounding.
Ain't that something?
Make that a part of your health, self-care routine.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Yes.
Nah, I'm with you. Yeah. It's just that easy. Just that easy. I mean, yeah, that might be we just gotta stop trying to, accept your own and be yourself. The Mono Minister Lewis. Yeah. Minister Farrakhan and the Messenger said that's the 6 greatest words.
Yes.
So when we don't really explore that, the choices we make. So it's not even just, yes, we know that those are the struggles attached, but when we made choices against our own, that's where it's like, man.
Right.
We explore that in the future, because like Black people, we moving forward, and we talk about things that's ready to happen, and You know, everybody's getting into survival mode and stuff like that, which is awesome. But you know, we have to go into these concepts. We have to really let this be the time that we stop thinking that we are all the same and start accepting, okay, I got to treat me according to me, who I am and what I am, my anatomy, my physiology. Because we aren't the same. All black, brown, red, yellow, we aren't the same. The further you are away from black, the weaker you are physically, anatomically, physiology. You know, you can't go in the sunlight as much, and all of these other effects that these other people have. So the original people, like our survivability, yes, you can get some food. Our survivability is based on our ability to get sunlight.
Right.
Like the further we are away from that, the weaker our body is physically, mentally. As Sister Denise was just talking about going outside. So, you know what I mean? Like, we can't survive without that. Other people can. You got white people that's allergic to the sun. You know, you got you got certain races that like 15 minutes in the sun will kill them. Like they, you know, that one movie, John Travolta, The Bubble Boy from back in the day. See, we grew up on these movies of these weak white people. But I guess along the way, they figured out we ain't gonna make these. So now they got, you know, different types of images. But back when, you know, back in the day, you got the Bubble Boy, you got the dude with Cher that made the movie with the boy with the big head.
That movie. What was the name of that movie?
Rocky or something like that. That was his name was Rock. But yeah, man. So they showed us from a physical, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad asked the question in Supreme Wisdom is tell us the mental and physical power of a real devil. And he says through the grafting process, they were made physically and mentally weak. And they've always showed us that from Damon and Omen, where you like, this white boy crazy.
Right.
Right, Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, he like
Harry.
Yeah. So growing up, we knew this that we were not like
they not like us. They not like
right.
Us.
So we got to get back to that, man. We have to get because on our health trajectory is completely different than theirs.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like our happiness is completely different. The white man's heaven is a black man's hell. It's not compatible. It cannot be compatible, right? So that needs to be our assignment. 2025, man. You know.
Yes. Be happy.
If not,
don't worry. Be happy.
The black way.
Right.
Not the Aki way, the black way.
Yes, sir. Also, Brother Kente says, you have an impact on my life, brother. You're always showing me that I don't have to be unhappy, but vibrant and full of life. If I put it into practice like you showed, solutions. That's
appreciate that, bro. I mean,
putting it into practice. That's the key.
Yeah. I mean, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it takes 75 years to learn how to live, you know, so that should be something that we are all reiterating because that keeps you where you need to be.
Right.
You know, that's what eliminates that stress, you know what I mean? And all of that other stuff of feelings of I'm not accomplished or I'm not complete or I'm not perfect. It takes 75 years to learn how to live. When you turn 76, then you can talk about you perfect. Because it takes 75 to learn how to live.
Learn how.
So maybe you're supposed to. Right. So you're supposed to
live at 75 if you're learning it takes 75 years to learn how
Exactly.
to live.
Exactly. Exactly. Because it's impossible to encounter everything in a short amount of, like you don't like you need enough time to encounter a variety of things and to gather a variety of experiences. You know,
Mhm.
you got to live long enough to get certain experiences, right?
Right.
So, right. So, you know, we all, I mean, unless you're there at that age, that's the fun part. Like, that's what, you know, like change that perspective and perception.
Right.
Oh man, it takes 75 years to learn how to, I'm good. I'm,
I get it.
I'm good. I was supposed to do that dumbass shit. You know what I mean? Like, you got to make it like if you do, because it ain't no age limit, you know, to making what would be considered a mistake
Right.
or getting taken advantage of. Like, it's no, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. It's some things we can't guard ourselves against. Because if you somebody come and you don't know their intention and they turn around and they took advantage of you. Like, you can't, some things you just can't prevent some of them things. You know what I mean? So it's but if it happens to me, you know, no matter what I'm going to do as far as the recourse, like, but man, it take, you know, I'm supposed to make I'm supposed to be able, you know, I'm like, it's not wrong that happened to me. It's wrong. I'm not wrong that it happened to me. You know what I mean? Like, the action is wrong, but I'm not wrong that I was in a particular situation where something happened. Because I mean, I don't know what other people are going to do. I only know what I'm going to do. You
Exactly.
know, you know what I mean? But that takes that bull crap off of me, and from me, you know, stressing myself out and belittling myself and all of those, you know what I mean? Stuff that we can do to ourselves and stuff. You know.
Right. Right. From someone else's action. Definitely. That's
Right.
that's on them.
Yeah, man. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
Sir. All right.
Yeah.
Praise be to Allah. Good show. Good topic. And this is a topic
Yeah.
that you just can never really exhaust it. It's like you
I
said,
like it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Because you get
everything.
a chance to talk about so many different, well, depending on who the people talking about it. You know what I mean? But it could
True.
be, it definitely, it can be, it should be a wide ranging and enlightening topic,
Mhm.
you know, and not just about do this, do that, do this, but the things
Right.
that lead up to some of these decisions or why we did it or why we didn't do it, you know.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Wrap it up right here. I also wanted to share for those that have been wanting to get diffusers and essential oils
Oh
from
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
are doing we have a very good diffuser. It acts as a diffuser and a humidifier, and it's on sale for only $5 while
Mm,
supplies last. So people been
mm.
reaching out to me saying they couldn't see it on my site, but I moved it so where it's in plain sight.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
go there. I'll put my link up here. You can go
Yeah.
and get you a diffuser. You know, create that womb of wellness, as Brother Sean said, talks about.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to share, Brother
Now,
Sean?
just we appreciate everybody tuning in, man, and you know, keep on keeping on.
All right. Keep on
Yeah.
keeping on. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
drop the link for the diffuser in the comments after the show. But we're going to wrap it up right here. And we appreciate you all for tuning in with us. If you watch this on the replay, we appreciate you as well. And with that being said, until next time, inshallah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Right.